And that's the thing about being a graphic designer that I've never really liked. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fulfilling work. I mean, you're guiding people to make better decisions by making these aesthetic choices for them. And obviously, when you practice independently, you execute on a completely different level. But in certain cases where there's a difficult project or a difficult client, or you're just in a team where you don't have that much of a say, then you realize that you're just a tool. You're just a tool. You're stuck with the brief, basically. They give it to you and you have to deliver. Because when you really think about it, design isn't about putting vectors and design principles together. It transcends all of that. And that's where brand strategy comes in. It's this beautiful arena where you're not really thinking about the shapes and the colors just yet, but instead you're thinking about the brand or the project like it was a person. And if it was a person, how would they look? What would they feel like? How would they speak? And what do they stand for? What's that one thing that they would just die fighting for? Would there be respect or laughter or fear in the room whenever their name is mentioned? What is their name? Right? And speaking of names, I always like to use Nike as an example. No, I need to take that back. I generally don't like using Nike or Apple as an example because widely overflawed when it comes to design conversations. But Nike is such a perfect example for this. When you think about the name and what the brand stands for, it makes perfect sense. Just mentioning the Greek god of victory next to a story about sportsmanship and friendship and the ups and downs and the journey towards winning. It's just, I don't know, it's divine. As a designer, I mean, I could look at that and I could think a huge part of the work has already been done. Like the first idea for a logo or a color scheme that comes to mind can be slapped onto that concept and it would just completely fly. It would just make sense. And subconsciously, I think it can be argued that people already associate sports with ancient Greece. So picking the Greek god of victory just makes it even more of a slam dunk. It's hard to imagine all of this wasn't done on purpose. But I mean, that's like a whole other conversation for another day. All right. Basically, the strategy behind the brand is the lifeblood of the brand. That's basically what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Because there are a few clients and a few designers that I've come across that don't fully understand this, that put in the work to sculpt and craft a unique character for your brand that people can actually relate with is the most crucial aspect of design. Because no matter where you go, that's the only thing that's going to make your story easy to tell.